Hello everyone, this is Alec coming to you with another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. And today I have a very special game for you guys actually. This is the semifinals of the 226 ZOTAC Cup, and a long time missed player in my opinion anyways, I haven't seen one of his games in a long time, is Infi. So today we're going to be having an Infi player, an Infi game, the very famous human player. He's actually been playing a lot of Night Elf lately. He's perfected his Night Elf strategy. Obviously, he likes Night Elf a lot better these days, anyways. Obviously, he's been practicing a lot on UD. Not why do I keep saying UD? He's been practicing a lot of his Night Elf lately, and it should be a really interesting game. This map, Last Refuge, a very good map. And very rare. It's pretty rare that you see a map like this. It's very undead favored because it's very big. It's not orc favored. It's because of its size. There's a lot of good creeping spots though. This camp is pretty hard to creep. This is an easier camp to Ancient of War creep or Militia creep. This camp is creepable. Not a hard camp to creep. It's a pretty good map all around. I like it. It's just pretty uncommon because it's sort of newer, and people don't play it as much. Anyways, let's get into the game. Oh yeah, and I forgot to introduce his opponent. His opponent will be Rage.Yumiko, who will be spawning at the top right-hand position as the gray human player. And let's see, his first hero, and he'll be going for the Mountain King, it looks like, as his first hero. So this should be pretty interesting, not opting to go for the standard Archmage, instead going to be going for Mountain King. And Infi going to be looking to do some Ancient of War creeping, it looks like, and going for that late Altar of Elders, so we will probably be seeing either a very late Altar of Elders hero or a Tavern hero, which is most likely what we're going to be seeing. This archer will probably go and fetch the hero. What am I saying? This archer will probably go and fetch the Tavern hero. It looks like we may see a hero come in from Yumiko as well. Yep, there we go. He likes to do this actually. What he does is, oh no, never mind. I was about to say he likes to get that Altar King's hero, then cancel it and get a Tavern hero. Saw him do that just before. But nope, looked like he's going to be going for that Mountain King and Militia creeping this green camp. And let's see what Tavern hero Infi got. Infi did go for the Beastmaster, so looking to go for cool beasts, and it'll be interesting to see what second ability he goes for, whether it be the Hawk for scouting and such, or the Bear, which is more of a tanking sort of unit. So Yumiko, if you do go for Mountain King, you can see tier 2 or tier 3 air push, an air army, so you can sometimes see that. You rarely see a tower push. You sometimes see casters, but if you go for casters, you want to go for Archmage just because they have that brilliance aura, you know? And it's just so good when you go for casters because they get their mana back that much easier. It's just really uncommon, you know? I'm just to be frank, it's just really uncommon, and it wouldn't be that smart to go for casters and Mountain King just because it's so much better to do it with an Archmage. So now, this is exactly what he wants to be doing. He wants to put on a lot of pressure on these cool beasts, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Sorry, I just zoomed in a little bit. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is live. I'm able to type, as you can see. Anyways, this is exactly what Infi wants to be doing. He wants to try and put on the pressure on Yumiko's base. Yumiko, knowing this, is putting up a tower, and it looks like he's going to be going for some pressure of his own. Going to try and cancel that second Ancient of War, which Infi's putting up. Going to put up a third, just because he knows this one he's probably going to have to cancel. Putting up that Huntress Hall, so it looks like he's opting to go for Huntresses. Probably like a mass Huntress style play. Would not be surprised if that's exactly what we got. Somebody decided to leave this epic game. I'm not really sure. They're probably crazy or something. I'm just gonna fix my mic for a second, just in case it's in a bad position. 1 second. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I know my sound quality hasn't been great lately. Just it's been very choppy and stuff. I'm making an effort to try and fix it. To believe you me when I say that. Anyways, Yumiko gonna try and pull some militia to try and counter attack this push from Infi, and doing a lot of nice pressure, but really Yumiko's gonna do the exact same pressure on Infi, sorry. And looks like he's gonna be able to take down this Mumo. A lot of repairing is gonna be happening, but it does look like it's gonna go to anyways, as he's putting up a fourth thing. That's his fourth Ancient of War he's gonna put up. The fourth engine war is going to put up. He's going to be going for division as well, but it looks like he may be supply blocked momentarily just because what's his food at? 27 over 20, so that's really, he needs to try and get up this Moonwell, and he cannot lose this. That would be very bad for him. He cannot lose that Moonwell. No! Oh no. Now he's really supply blocked, and he has resources now to put up a second Moonwell, which is what he wants to do ideally. These Huntresses are going to make an effort to try and repel these footmen the best as they can. Let's see, check the hero levels. Level 1 Beastmaster compared to level 2 Mountain King. So Yumiko ahead when it comes to hero levels, ahead in tech actually as well. Because Infi when you go for Huntresses, you don't tech. So I'm going to go for Huntresses. So he's a little bit behind in tech, he's behind in hero levels, and well, the economy is the same because neither players decided to go for an expansion. But then again, Infi did cancel a lot of Ancient of War, so I'd say even Infi's a little bit behind in economy. But then again, Yumiko did lose a few peasants, I'm pretty sure, and a few peasants to Infi's push as well. So actually, I'd call it even on economy, but he is ahead when it comes to hero levels, and that might actually even out right now. Yeah, there we go. Even on hero levels, and so he's basically just ahead on tech. That's about it, and he did a nice job killing off a lot of those Moonwells, supply blocking Infi for a while there. Now Infi not really supply blocked anymore. Does have a lot of resources, so we may see a tech, but I doubt it. He's just going to probably opt to try and get out as many Huntresses as he can. But then again, maybe not, just because he doesn't have he's not constructing a second Ancient of War, so I thought this was an Ancient of War for a second, but not going to be doing that. Deciding to go for Ancient of Wonders instead, so you're going to be going for a shop. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw a tech, which would be a really interesting little tech change there for Infi. A little bit, obviously really late, but might be exactly what he needs. Oh no, and that's where the other Ancient of War was. It did get caught out a little bit and got surrounded, even though those things don't really need to be surrounded, but very nicely done there by Yumiko. Really well played there by him. Scouting that one Ancient of War, and now Infi may actually lose this Ancient of War. Looks like, no, he's not going to lose it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a tech change. I'm going to call it now. Yumiko not dropping Arcane Sanctum and not dropping one of those Griffin Aviary. So not an aviary of any sort. So we're not really sure what Yumiko's deciding to go for. This is it. I'm going to be going for Blacksmith. So far this is a caster build actually, if he's deciding to do this. But putting up a lot of towers and going to go for Castle. So he's going to be going for air, it looks like. Going to be going for mass air. So honestly, if you're going to go for mass air, you usually see an expansion, but it looks like he's going to run on a one base. Looks like he's going to try and go on one base and try and mass air on one base. So this should be really interesting, as he's going to come in and try and kill off as many wisps as he can. It looks like he's going to be successful in trying to kill off a lot of these wisps, but nope, one of them's going to get stormbolted actually. One of them going to get stormbolted cancelled, so let's see what happens over here. We're going to maybe see a counter push there from the Quill Beast, but nope. As Infi's going to run back and try and defend this as best he can, but there's a lot of footmen here. We may see them try and take Tangle Gold. That's exactly what we're going to see. That Entangled Gold goes down, and that'll be huge for Infi. Infi will be majorly down. And still not tier 1 for Infi. He's going to trying to repair that Entangled Gold Mine, because that's exactly what he needs to do. And he does not have very much resources to try and repair, running out of line. And there, it looks like he will be okay, because Yumiko's going to decide to just TP right out of there, just because he was not in the best position. Those footmen were unable to get any sort of damage except for on the Entangled Gold Mine, which was getting repaired. So now Yumiko's just going to make an effort to try to heal up his whole army, as we may see if he may go for a push, which he's not going to decide to do. Instead, he's just decide to try and creep that Beastmaster. A pretty interesting hero choice, considering normally if you go for Beastmaster, you want to try and get as much harassment done, but because of what Yumiko's doing, going for these pushes, he's unable to do that, just because Yumiko's been so successful at sort of counter pushing, if you will. Yumiko going to be going for Blood Mage as a second hero. Not very standard, not surprising. You see this a lot. It's a pretty common hero combo, if that makes any sense. Common hero combo. No, that makes sense. For Mountain King and Blood Mage, because you go for Siphon mana on that Blood Mage, and then you siphon all that mana that you siphoned away from your enemy heroes onto your Mountain King, and then your Mountain King can have that many Stormbolts, which is his main DPS factor. So now, as Infi decides to continue to creep, he's still only at tier 1, so he won't be getting any second hero anytime soon. And let's see what the hero level is on the Mountain King. And looks like the Beastmaster are going to stay at level 4, as he's going to be going for a bit of a risky little creeping pattern here. We may see a creep jack here from Yumiko, which I would not be surprised if that's exactly what we saw. We're going to see Siphon Mana from that Blood Mage onto the Mountain King, so that Mountain King going to try and get as many snowballs as he can, and looks like Infi did just lose 100 to that Rock Golem, but it looks like we're going to see engagement here. Very nice second on that Beastmaster. Beastmaster lost a lot of mana there, not ideally to what Infi wants to do. And now we're going to see a Siphon Mana onto that Mountain King. Oh no, very nice Siphon Mana on that Beastmaster, losing basically all of his mana, but he's going to retreat his Blood Mage, as Yumiko's going to decide to just retreat his Blood Mage there. Almost losing that Mortar Team, which he really does not want to do, so actually he went for Mortar Team. So going to be going for Workshop instead. Does have Castle, so it'd be really interesting if we saw some sort of Steam Tank, Siege Engine, or Steam Tank. Reign of Chaos are called Steam Tanks. I think they're called Steam Tanks in TFT as well, I forget. As it looked like Yumiko, very successful push there. Very successful Jack. Infi, I don't think it was the smartest idea to try and go for that creep camp. He did creep out that, he did get that Rock Golem, but it looks like he got a nice item too, Robo Vorgar mask there, maybe it's a Sobi mask, we'll see. Both of them would have been very good items. Obviously, I don't really think it was the smartest idea, just because it gave Yumiko that, it made it that much easier for Yumiko to try and go for a creep jack, and it was right in front of Yumiko's face, he's practically asking him to creep jack. Now, this is what Yumiko needs to do, just because, because Infi doesn't have this expansion up. Infi going to be putting up a counter expansion of his own. I'm not sure if Infi, sorry, did I say Infi? I meant Yumiko. Yumiko going to be going for an expansion of his own, but I'm not sure if Yumiko knows about the expansion of Infi. So, but even if he doesn't, this is a very sweet little counter expansion, and this is exactly what he needs to do if he wants to try and get out a lot of siege engines or steam tanks or whatever they are called. And I'm not really sure what Yumiko's doing. Obviously, he's supply blocked, but maybe he probably wants to stay up with food. He's got a lot of militia here. He's going to probably power build an expansion, which is exactly what he needs to do. Going to be going for a third paladin for his third hero. Look at this Beastmaster getting Siphon Mana. There's nothing he can do. He's just going to lose so much mana. He's going to be forced to pop a Potion of Invulnerability. Holy crap. Anyways, this is not a favorable fight for Infi. He's losing a lot of units to that Mountain King and that Stormbolt. Really not favorable fight for him. He's going to get Siphon Mana, a lot more mana from that Blood Mage as well. Blood Mage, a lot of these low hit point Night Elf units are going to be falling, it looks like, or making an effort to try and retreat, but it doesn't look like there's much that Infi can do at this point. As he started his tech, yes, he is his tier 2 actually, so he started his tech a while ago. Both players are deciding to stay low key because they're setting up expansions of their own. Oh no, actually all these towers went down for Yumiko, so that was pretty good for Infi, but he did lose a lot of units unfortunately, which is not favorable for him anyways. I'm just going to patch here for one sec. Sorry about that. Anyways, let's get back into the game. Looks like Infi going to be going for a Panda or Brewmaster. I just saw it. Yeah, there it is. Panda or Brewmaster is the second here because he knows that he cannot creep this Beastmaster anymore. And there's a lot of creep camps on this map. Last Refuge is a really big map, so there's a lot of nice creeping spots. And so he wants to be able to continue to creep, but with a level 5 Beastmaster, he's been able to do that. But with a level 1 Panda Master now, he can creep as he pleases. Not really the best creeping spot to choose. He may actually lose a few hundreds to this Null Assassin with this poison damage. Not very favorable creep spot for him. Yumiko going to be setting up this expansion. Probably wants to start building that main sort of town hall as soon as he has the resources, which is exactly what it looks like he's going to try and make an effort to do. These level 3 Quill Beasts, though, are just so hard to try and repel because they're so good at harassing. And now it should be interesting to see what if he tries to do. He's going to be going for a push, it looks like, in the main base of Yumiko. Yumiko's still just on that one workshop. He doesn't really need to build another workshop. Right now he just needs the resources to try and power build another expansion. And he wants to try and do that. For some reason, just continue to harvest up some lumber. Or I'm not sure how much it is to build a new town hall. I'm pretty sure it's only 150 wood though. Maybe it's 210 or 220. Maybe I'm getting mixed up. But anyways, it looks like Infi doing a very nice job trying to siege this expansion. Going to lose 100, maybe a second one too. But he's taking down that shop. And now this one hero, this one blood mage is going to get caught out a little bit as the whole army of Yumiko is going to come in now. And mortars as well. Those mortars are so good against huntresses. They just do so much damage. A very nice little banish on that one Panda Brewmaster. Banish. That Banish Stormbolt little combo there is so powerful. And if you're against undead, it's even better because you can also use Holy Light, but it's against even a human Night Elf matchup, it's pretty good just because that Stormbolt does double damage on when it's banished. It's just so good. Now these towers looks like they're gonna get taken. Yumiko's towers looks like they're gonna get taken down, but but they won't go down with a fight. They're gonna take down a couple huntresses as well. It looks like. No, gonna refocus down that hawk. I'm not really sure why he's doing that. Wants to try and take down that one huntress. No, it's gonna actually those huntresses gonna fall to the mortar team. It looks like that huntress is gonna fall as well to the mortar team. Yes, gonna fall. As those peasants probably want to try building an expansion. Yes, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Probably gonna drop an expansion right here as soon as that pig is down. They gotta kill that pig before you can drop it. So it's kind of interesting how these little like neutral units here can just sort of screw you over when trying to build an expansion. Another nice little siphon mana on that Beastmaster as all the low hit point footmen probably does not bring in a lot of these low hit point footmen. They do have defend on them, but I don't think that's enough to try and save these really low hit point footmen. They're gonna kill off a lot of these mercs though. A lot of these mercs. Oh no! Very nice siphon mana off on this Brewmaster. Really not a favorable fight for Infi now, and he's lost a lot of his merc army. And with these footmen with defend are very favorable, are really strong against those ranged units. And he does not want to lose this Orca Mauler. Level 5 creep feeds a lot of experience. Now the Yumiko's Mountain King is very low in hit points. Ooh, that was very close. If he lost that Mountain King, that would have sort of evened the odds. But and then again, Infi, I wouldn't even say that he's down, even though it may look like he might be losing this fight. With this expansion, he's really keeping in the game. That's exactly what he's needed. This expansion has kept him alive, really. And now to be able to finish off this expansion, so Infi's actually, even though he's losing, he's playing extremely well. I'm not going to lie. He's playing really well. Now Yumiko gonna look like he's going to be going for knights because of this tier 3. He's able to go for these knights who can take a lot of damage. Now he siphoned all the mana over to that paladin. Now he's got to use that mana to try and heal up this Mountain King. That's what he needs to do. He wants to try and Holy Light this Mountain King, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He needs to get that paladin up to level 3 so that he can heal that much easier. Now there's just all these low hit human units. They are not a favorable fight now for Yumiko. Is just going to sort of entrench himself in his own base, and this is the last base that he has compared to Infi, who's really just doing well. Going to take down this top farm as well. Doing very nice, playing this very perfectly. Still only getting his tier 3 now actually, and going for dryads and going for that bear training. So we will be seeing a lot of bears going to come out. A lot of dryads for Yumiko as well. Maybe taking down the paladin. No, looks like Divine Shield's going to get popped. Very nicely done there by Yumiko. But there's a lot of dryads here. These dryads are very good against knights. Very good against heroes. Sorry, I just scratched my ear again. Very good, except for those footmen with defend. They're very good against basically all of those. Not good against mortars though. Those mortars do counter them pretty nicely with that siege damage, but it won't matter because Infi's just so ahead now. He really is just so ahead with this expansion economy, and his economy is just so ahead. Because human players normally obstacle that expansion, but now with a Night Elf with an expansion, it's just so hard for Yumiko to try and compete with this Night Elf, Infi. Infi is just such an epic player. I haven't seen one of his games in so long. He really is so good at executing. He's just so good at setting up for these secret expansions. I don't know if Yumiko knows about this expansion. He's going to be able to take down knights there, but nope. Staff of Preservation saves both of those knights, as it looks like, who just about died. Now it looks like the Blood Mage may get caught out a little bit. If this Blood Mage goes down, that will not be good. That's a main mana for Yumiko. Looks like the Blood Mage will fall. Yes, level 3. Blood Mage is going to fall. Beastmaster level 6. Penta Brewmaster level 3. Oh, no. And that's just GG for Yumiko. Lose this frick. One of this best of 3 series. This is a semi-final. Stay tuned for game 2.